What is going on, guys? Lord Valor here, and welcome back to episode 5 of LifeCast. I'm here with Lord Oof, and today we're going to be talking about COPPA. I don't know if you haven't heard about what that is. We'll get to it. So, how you
I
doing,
still
Oof?
have no idea what it is.
It's all right. We'll fill you in. I'll fill you in. I did some research before this podcast. Uh, so you are partially a content creator on YouTube, right?
I've uploaded a couple here and there.
Yeah. So this is mainly COPPA is mainly directed at content creators, but if you live in the United States, if you live in the United States or not, you're good.
What?
You're good.
What do you think's going on?
I have no idea.
I'm just gonna play some Madden while we talk.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So basically, what COPPA is, if you live in the United States has a new law that It's called COPPA, and it's the Children Online Privacy Protection Act. Basically, what it is they're trying to protect children online, and they don't want targeted ads at kids. And they're specifically we're thinking of tobacco companies when this law came into factor. But this
remember, Valor, it's not cool to jewel at school.
Yeah, you're right. But just kidding. I've only seen a jewel like twice in my life.
Whoa. I've seen it once. That's about it.
Yeah. Okay, because people who do it in like secret. So.
Yapper dapper too.
Yeah. So. It's directed at children and mainly has to do with tobacco companies. But YouTube got fined like $150 million because of the YouTube. Because their YouTube recommended is like basically ads is what the United States said. So they got fined big time, and so the response is what they're calling COPPA. I don't know if this is So I don't know if you've done this, but I had to do this for both my Valor channel and for my SML channel, Saucy Meme Lords. YouTube asked me specifically, is your content made for kids? And I've watched a few videos on this, and when people were deciding on whether their content was for kids, they're most like, well, my content is family friendly, but it's not directed directly at kids. So that's where I don't know if YouTube's going to be able to know whether content is family friendly or whether it's directed at kids, and I don't know how that's going to work. So I think the question I have for you is, what is the difference to you between kids content and family friendly content?
I'd say kids content is more based on the bigger companies like Hasbro and Disney trying to market off their stuff. And then family friendly content is something that is more content related and not really as much ad based.
Right, but I know some people are. I've watched a few videos on this issue, and YouTubers are like, "Well, I'm just gonna start saying bad words in all my videos now because can YouTube even tell the difference between family friendly and kids content?" So this whole thing, I don't know when it's set to release, but they have a beta of it, and I don't know. It's just put some YouTubers into a frenzy, and they're like, "Well, what do I do?"
Yeah. It's always hard when the government comes out with new stuff, regulating stuff on the internet, because the internet has much or less been the same for the past, 5 years without change.
Right, and online it's very hard to, I don't know, it's the way advertising and recommending things to people is done. It's a complicated process, and I'm definitely not certified to talk about it, but I just know it's complicated, and the way algorithms and the way ads are sent to you, and yeah. So as a listener of YouTube, you're not going to see much change if you're not creating content. The main change you are going to see is that some channels will not be put in your recommended. Now, this COPPA thing is for 13-year-olds. like a 13 on down is what COPPA is made for. So I don't know if you're 14
So
on
these
up.
dumb children ruining the internet for us.
Right, but I don't know if it just their recommended is going to be different, and if like since I'm 18, I can still get recommended stuff that I want to get recommended. But I just know some channels are no longer going to get their stuff recommended because their content is aimed at kids.
Yep.
So bigger YouTubers that are directing their content at kids are greatly affected by this. And as you said, the internet has very much been the same. There's still, So
Yep.
overall, the idea of COPPA is well, but it is affecting content creators and how they make money and stuff like that.
Yep. Sounds exactly right.
So I don't know what else COPPA has affected. It hasn't only affected YouTube. I know other things are affected.
Well, when you change something on the internet, everything's bound to change.
Yeah.
Not much you can do about it. Like the whole net neutrality thing, we can't do much about that now.
Right. Yeah, what even happened to net neutrality?
It's being put in effect, if it hasn't already, it's being put in effect within the next couple of months.
What is net neutrality, may I ask?
Net neutrality means that if two companies like a phone provider and Netflix, if they were to get into trouble, if they were to get into a fight, then Netflix could boost the price on them, hence making the price for all the customers of the phone service Netflix bill go up. So it's getting rid of free roam of keeping everything equal. It's allowing companies to take much more charge of what they're doing.
So I'm seeing a lot of pockets being emptied, a lot of people clicking unsubscribe from a lot of streaming things because basically things like Netflix and DisneyPlus can now have separate prices.
Yeah.
So is there a chance that some of the prices go down? So like maybe Netflix and Disney Plus. I'm just using Disney Plus because that's the newest thing coming out. Let's say they were equal price, and the net neutrality comes out. Do you think there's a chance that Disney Plus goes down, but Netflix stays the same? Or do you think rarely prices will go down? I wonder how that's gonna work.
Well, mostly it depends on customers and how many they have at any given point. The world of marketing is a very confusing world on what you can do, because prices are constantly going up and down, because prices of stuff in international trade and tariffs and taxes are always shifting around. So it's really hard to pinpoint that specifically.
So, yeah, it's pretty confusing stuff. So I just looked up what is net neutrality. So I'm going to get a definition here. I have a website. I'm going to copy and paste it. I'll put it in the description for anybody who is interested in that type of stuff. But net neutrality, according to this website I found, is the principle that individuals should be free to access all content and applications equally regardless of the source, without internet service providers discriminating against online services or websites. In other words, it is a principle that the company that connects you to the internet does not get to control what you do on the internet.
Yep. The providers of the entertainment would have most control.
Right. So wasn't the
So let's say DisneyPlus doesn't like your phone provider, your internet provider or something. They can jack up prices against them, which in turn would cause them to jack up prices against you, hence making a horrible experience for everyone, which is why everyone was so shocked when that law passed.
So is this it's mainly benefiting not the consumer. It's benefiting
It's
the.
not benefiting the consumer
It,
mostly. It's mostly benefiting the people with the most money.
so how is this benefiting people like regular people? Is it even at all benefiting people?
No, that's why there was such an uproar when the law was passed, because people did not want it.
So basically, the companies we're just giving more companies more money.
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I haven't heard about net neutrality in a while, so it's. I know there was
That's
a big
why
uproar
everyone
about it.
hates whoever proposed it. I don't even remember his name.
Yeah, I haven't heard about this in a while, so. So, have you gotten into Disney Plus? We've used it as an example a lot, and it's been released in the United States. I don't know where else it's been released, but have you
Well,
bought
I
it, and are you going to
don't have
consider?
it, but I've been watching it with a friend. So far, it seems to have a whole bunch of old Disney classics, new stuff like things you've probably been hearing about, as a really highly anticipated show.
What about Marvel? How many Marvel movies are there on there?
I have not done a full thing because I've only looked at a couple key shows, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of them because since Disney owns them and they don't have to run the money through Netflix anymore, they might have more opportunities to branch out and put more stuff on a streaming service than what had been before. So that's what I think.
Damn, I'm seeing a lot of them.
Yep.
It's not giving me a list. Come on. All right, Iron Man 3, Captain Marvel.
Well, that's a classic.
And there's a lot of Star Wars, so like The Force Awakens. Ooh, free Solo's on there.
Yep.
That's not what I expected.
Stuff on Disney that wasn't on Netflix. So basically, with the release of these new streaming services, it could cause Netflix stocks to go way down, and possibly, if it gets bad enough, could become the next Blockbuster, in my opinion.
So yeah, because like all these streaming, there's all these streaming things popping up.
All these companies that made the entertainment didn't have the resources necessary to make a streaming service, so then they sold the rights to Netflix for a little bit. But now that most companies are catching up and having the access to these streaming services, then they probably will want to take them back instead of having to pay to put them on there.
I'm still trying to find what Marvel movies are on Disney Plus, because that seriously, if there's all the Marvel movies on there, I will sign up for what is it, monthly subscriptions? I will buy it for a couple months just to watch every single Marvel movie and then just unsubscribe. And maybe even all the all the Star Wars.
Maybe, yeah.
So in the U.S., Disney services cost $7 a month or $70 a year. That's very similar to Netflix, is it not?
Netflix, they just bumped up their price to $12 a month last year, I believe.
Yeah, you're right. $12.99 per month.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my personal opinion, but Netflix isn't that good.
Yeah, it's been getting very weak.
It is,
with these new cuts for the next streaming services coming available.
Right, there's so many different streaming services that Netflix used to be the thing, you know? But now, like, DisneyPlus sounds like 10 times better. I'm almost about ready to tell my dad to switch from Netflix to DisneyPlus.
Yeah, that's what
because one, it's cheaper. One, it's cheaper. Two, you get so many more shows and so much better stuff. Yeah. So, personally, not a bash at Netflix, because I am in love with that Captain Underpants series, as I was talking about last week. But I would almost go buy Disney Plus and replace. Just a thought, because Netflix is expensive, but I don't know. It depends on what you want. If you watch The Office, keep Netflix. But or
No, they're
Friends?
taking The Office off Netflix and moving it to Disney since Disney bought Fox.
Oh my word! They were also taking Blue Bloods off Netflix, and I kind of got upset because I watched that one too.
Yep.
Wow. So
That's one of the reasons, though, I don't like Disney as a company is because they're running a virtual monopoly over the entire entertainment industry.
you're right.
They're not leaving as much room for independent companies to produce their own content because they're just buying them up.
Yeah. So I'm looking up how many streaming services there are now. So I know YouTube has its own thing now, like YouTube streaming, which I don't know how much that is. But
YouTube Red.
yeah,
I thought that was a complete bunk.
was
that was
it?
a complete, tank.
My dad was like, I might just change it because you get sports, but I don't know. I'm thinking he should switch to
No offense
Disney
to YouTube,
Plus.
but YouTube Red was kind of a fail.
Well, see, the main thing they were doing it as is like, oh, we're gonna block ads, but like I have 2 ad blockers on my Chrome, so like,
Yeah.
just saying I don't get ads. Sorry.
I don't get ads anywhere.
Yeah, so there's like YouTube TV, Sling TV, Fubo TV, Philo. Half of these I've never heard of, man. Those are like streaming services. YouTube TV, Hulu, PlayStation View.
Hulu's also been a kind of a sleeper under Netflix this whole time.
Well, okay, I've heard Hulu has some good stuff though.
Hulu does have good stuff, but it's not as rated as Netflix, so that's why some families are more hesitant to get it than others.
And Hulu is $8 a month, so that's not bad. That's better than Netflix, to be honest. Direct TV has their own thing. AT&T.
DirecTV's always been kind of
Now we're getting into some I've never heard of. Spectrum TV, Pluto TV, Exumo, Cloud TV.
There's a lot of weird knockoffs that don't really work all that well, in my opinion.
I've heard of this one. Xfinity TV, Instant TV, ITV Hub. That's only in the UK. But anything with the word hub is just keep me away. ESPN Plus, and now you're just getting into. Yeah, that is. There's just a lot of streaming services out there. And you're right. Disney has taken over the industry, it feels like, and it seems like.
Yeah, because Disney just bought Fox, which isn't.
Yeah, how recent ago did they do that?
It's pretty fresh, I believe. I haven't checked. I don't know how much it'll affect Fox as like a news source, though, but we'll have to see, really.
March 20 is when they bought it.
So, yeah, it's still kind of freshly new.
Yeah. Yeah, so that brings up a good question. How's their news going to change? Because does Fox lean more Republican or Democrat?
Fox is predominantly Republican, in my opinion. Unlike CNN, which is mostly Democratic.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I cannot
That's why
type.
one of our teachers does not really want to play CNN anymore.
Well, this is my personal opinion. It seems like Democrats have most of the news in their hands, and they control most of the news that gets out. Maybe that's just me, but that's what it seems like.
Like this whole impeachment process, the Democrats have really taken an ownership to what this is, to what it's all about.
See, it's just a mess. It's just a mess, and it really shows you where we're going as a whole as a country, I think just let President Trump finish his term unless you find sufficient evidence. They haven't seemed to have found enough sufficient evidence.
They've been digging for evidence since he got elected.
Yep, but they still haven't found anything worth getting him out, yet they're still trying. So if you find sufficient evidence,
they don't like him in the slightest.
Right. If you find some definitive evidence that he did something wrong, kick him out. I don't care. Just, but you gotta have sufficient evidence first, which is where they're lacking at this point. They're kind of getting desperate. But would the Republicans be doing the same thing if Hillary had gotten elected? Maybe so.
Maybe.
So
hard to tell.
Right. It's gotta be. You gotta realize both sides are screwing up hard. Doesn't matter which side you're on. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm running about 20 minutes, so I'm thinking a shorter LifeCast would be a good option today. We've had some 50-minute ones. Why not
just split this up into 2 different ones and keep going?
You're right. But I'm crossing my fingers. Next week, next episode we may have a special guest. Crossing the fingers. I'm not gonna say who it is, but maybe. I'll tell you after we get done recording. I don't want to get it out there and then it not happen and then just oops. So, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little shorter LifeCast episode. We kind of went all over the place. We started off talking about COPPA, which eventually led us into other roads, which is fine. We needed some stuff to talk about.
Entertainment industry road.
Right. That's kind of what we talked about. That's what I talked about last time with Paulo, is what kind of video games we were in. But leave a comment down below. I'm interested to see if you guys have DisneyPlus, what type of stuff's on there. Tell me if you'll be switching from Netflix to DisneyPlus. That, I just want to know your opinion on all the streaming services, maybe even Net Neutrality or COPPA. I want to hear your opinion. So if you have an opinion, please leave it in the comment section below. I will be replying to every comment that is made, or at least liking them or hearting them or whatever. Because our channel's so small that I can do that. Oh, there will be some people that watch this. I know.
Oh, that's
I know because.
Lucky.
What?
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 Nothing.
All right. Thank you for.
One-hander, stupid. Hit stick. Dang it.
Welcome back to the Saucy Meme Lords, where we play video games while we record podcasts.
Shut up, until I keep my focus.
That's fine. I don't care.
Sack, dang it.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next LifeCast episode.